need you to clap your hands wherever you are. If you know that you're a conqueror, I want you to say this with me. I am a conqueror. Welcome back, everyone. This is Ramsey Rizard in the mirror on The Reflection Show. We are at day 2 at the International Christian Film Festival. I've been bringing you guys some amazing individual people who are just pursuing their success and their stories, their unscripted stories. Because remember, there's somebody out there that has a message that is relating to you. And I brought a message that I'm telling you, once you get done watching this interview, you're going to see that you're not the only one that deals with pain. But the question is, how do you deal with pain? And what if? I'll leave that what if up to Jon Nicolas. Jon, how are you?
Yeah, I'm wonderful.
Man, thank you to have you on the show today. Absolutely. You and I were just talking for literally an hour about what you do and what you've been through. Mm-hmm. What is it that you do, Jon?
Well, I'm a motivational comedian and actor. And what I do is I love to inspire people and use the pain of my past to propel them into their purpose.
Hold on. You use the pain of your past to help propel
them, absolutely.
Wow.
Into their purpose. Yeah.
Into their purpose. Now, how did you fall into this whole motivational comedian? Because this is something different. In acronym, you call it MC.
Yeah, MCA, Jon Nicolas. Yeah.
So you find, so people may be coming to your event, or they come see you do some acting on the play.
Yeah, live coaching, events.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. So tell me a little bit more. How did you fall into the whole motivation, acting, and comedian pursuit?
Well, growing up, I was always told that I was funny. I always was able to make people laugh. I loved it. It made me feel good. So I kind of made people laugh all my life and whatnot. And then a friend of mine said, we should be comedians. You should do this professionally. And I took that seriously. And and then I set myself on that journey, pursuing comedy. I moved down to Miami. I did some comedy in Sarasota and St. Pete, Tampa. Moved down to Miami. I was part of the Miami International Film Comedy showcase that they did. It was a showcase that they did. Miami Funniest Comedian. I was on there, and honestly, I only started in comedy for about less than a year.
Oh, less than a year?
Less than a year. Yes, absolutely.
So what were you doing before you even started?
I was just working. I was just working jobs.
As a regular person?
Yeah, I had a little cubicle. I was in my little confine.
Don't we all love the cubicles?
Cubicles,
right?
Man. Yeah,
I think the most successful people come from the cubicle.
Oh yeah,
because they have enough time to think.
Absolutely. Yeah, I had to knock out my neighbor's cubicle. Now they're like, man, you still here, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how that happened.
Hey, I guess there's a tradition to that. You walk in. You have your coffee. Yeah. Hey, good morning, man. Yeah. You get your tag. You scan yourself in, and next thing you know, you're making your phone calls, or you're writing, or you're checking your emails, or you're returning calls back, or whatnot. Wow. So that's interesting.
Right.
Here you are. Your success is in you. Your gift is in you.
Absolutely.
But you were stuck in a place.
Absolutely.
That couldn't determine what was already in you.
Absolutely. Not at all. It couldn't hold me. It couldn't hold me. It couldn't confine me at all. So when I was down in Miami and I was looking to pursue my comedy continuously, and what brought me into comedy, I had a dream. I had a dream that Kevin Hart told me that you're not funny.
Yeah, a dream.
God came to me and gave me a dream, and he said that you're not funny. And I was like, Kev, I'm not funny? Oh, all right. And then I went on stage at McCurdy's, got booked. I went on stage for the first time ever in front of a crowd of about 50 people, and I had them all dying laughing with my story that I shared with them at the time. And people came up to me, comedians in the game, and they said, man, you must have been in the game for a couple of years now, And I was like, nope. It's my
so
first
that dream activated the competition side of you.
Absolutely, most definitely. And not only just that, but it started my journey on me processing the pain that I had that was holding me back from my purpose.
And what pain was that? You were telling me earlier things that you dealt with as far as physical abuse, mental abuse.
Absolutely, yeah.
Give us a little bit of that story.
When I was 7, my mother, that's where the abuse started. My mother physically, mentally abused me growing up. It was a hard upbringing, and I suffered just a lot of blows, a lot of times that some would say that you wish that it didn't happen, but I know now why it happened.
Right.
And it forced me to grow up at an early age. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
At an early age.
At an early age.
And now that you are at the level where you are in your success, you've embraced your identity. You embrace your gifts.
Absolutely.
You embrace the way your thought works.
Absolutely.
How do you function even with the ideal of the things you dealt with in the past?
Honestly, I have to give grace to God. I mean, God is the only reason why that I'm here, right? So, as I mentioned, I was pursuing the comedy and also my acting down in Miami. I was pursuing that, but I was still living in my pain. I was still living in my sin, and I had to face that in order to move on.
Yeah.
So, how I ended up transitioning to that was a friend of mine told me to listen to a man by the name of Les Brown. Les
Brown. Now, that's a great speaker. I've listened to a lot of his messages, and I've learned a lot from his messages.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
What he says is true. You can definitely unlock your dreams.
Oh, absolutely.
If you truly look at the other side of who you are.
Absolutely.
When people say you can't, you actually can.
Absolutely, yeah.
So keep going. You listen to Les Brown, and that's an interesting story.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, my friend of mine named John Granger, he told me to listen to a guy named Les Brown. I never heard of him, so I said, all right. So I pulled him up on YouTube.
What was his name? John?
John Granger.
John, we want to say thank you.
Thank you.
For that connection.
Yeah, absolutely.
But go ahead.
Yeah, brother named John Granger, man. I've always felt that connection with fellow Jonathans. The name Jonathan means God's gift, for those who don't know that. And he told me to listen to Les Brown. So I popped the headphones in, and then this voice came on, this signature, this energy was just through my conclea. It was inside my brain. He was talking directly to my spirit. And he said, you have greatness within you. If you fall on your back and you can look up, you can get up.
Oh my, hold on. If you fall on your
back and you can look up, you can get up. Yeah. And that's what he said.
Yeah.
But he said you got greatness in you. But something else that Les Brown said that resonated personally with me, right? My mentor, Les Brown. If you're watching, Les, I love you and I thank you for changing my life. And
shout out to Les Brown. You totally inspire me. Your videos, time and time again.
Yeah.
I love this video of when he talks about when he was adopted, him and his brother.
Yeah.
And they lived in a project in Miami. That story alone inspired me. But keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. He said a poem that resonated with me, right? And I'm not the great Les Brown, but I do partner with him, and I love you, Daddy Les. And he said, there's a poem that many flowers bloomed unceasingly and lose their bitter sweetness on the cold desert air. Which translates to the world will never get to know all the talented people that are out there that exist because they fall through the cracks, because they never manifest their God-given gifts into fruition.
Wow.
And he was speaking to me, man, because I had these gifts. I'm a comedian, I'm an actor, I'm acting on set, big projects, Bloodline and FX film we were doing, I'm doing comedy on stage. Did a comedy show, 400 people, had them all dying laughing. Just doing it. Just doing it, pursuing my dream. But I still suffered from the pain. I still was living in that darkness. And something he said, that poem there, brought me out of that darkness, and I had to face my demons.
You had to face it.
I had to face it.
Your demons.
I had to face it.
And you know what? I think you did a great job facing and beating your demons, because now you're here at the International Christian Film Festival.
Absolutely.
And let people know exactly what you're doing here today.
Yeah, well, people, I'm here at the International Christian Film Festival here in Orlando, Florida. I love it. It's honestly a blessing from God that I'm here. I came across my Facebook a couple of months ago about the opportunity, and I had to grab it. I mean, if I could be around fellow lovers of Christ and to speak his word and to put our talent out into the world, amongst names like David A.R. Wright and T.C. Stallings and
all these guys.
All these.
It's a lot of great people here.
Kevin Sorbo. Powerful names. Kevin Sorbo. Come on, Hercules. Powerful names. And I'm pursuing my acting career. You know, I have an audition on Friday that I'm very excited about.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. On my first audition, I'm also on a speaking pitch panel,
right,
where I'm going to be pitching a new idea for a film.
Wow.
You know, and I'm loving every minute of it, and God's presence.
You know what, John? I believe it is the bald head season. That means those who are bald like us.
Yeah.
If you're there and you're watching this and you're bald, listen.
Yeah.
It's your season.
Yeah.
We running the show.
Yeah.
We taking it
absolutely.
over. You don't have to be afraid. We're taking over.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. And guess what? And goes like, if you're not bald, it's not too late for you.
It's not too late. It's not too late to get the clippers and cut it off.
I know a good Mach 5 that'll take care of that. Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
But you know what? That's incredible. You know, and I applaud you because after hearing your story, and it's funny how I connected with you, right? Mm-hmm. Last night I was laying in my bed, and normally, as I'm laying in my bed, I normally just put my phone away, especially being on social media all day, posting content and stuff.
Yeah, I can get that.
But I saw your name. Mind me, I've never seen you, but I pressed on your name, and like I said, your story caught my attention when you had the picture with Les Brown on how that message changed your life.
And for those who don't know what he's talking about, I have a post that I put on my Instagram. If you follow me on Jon Nicolas, MCA, I have a post with me and Les Brown, and I give a little brief description on how he impacted my life.
And the other thing is, you never know who's watching your social media, right?
No, you don't. No.
Because then a couple hours later, we're here, I'm setting up, and he looks at me, I look at him, and he's like, yo, what's up? I'm like, hey, what's going on, man? And we just start talking, and we connected, and now we're sitting here having this interview. But you could be one button away from someone getting to you. And that's why I love what John is saying as far as the pain, right? And being able to propel into your purpose. This is important. Because we all have a story.
Absolutely.
We all deal with something.
Absolutely.
And to see John here today at the International Christian Film Festival, it is a miracle and a blessing and the favor on his life.
Amen.
Because now he gets to see what his dream has.
Amen. Yeah, and as you say favor, it reminds me of a scripture that I know and I hold to my heart also dearly. Proverbs 18:22, whosoever findeth a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor of the Lord. And which led into, after I made that decision to change my life and get baptized and live and be a new creation in Christ Jesus, it just furthered my purpose. And a week later, after getting baptized, I met, from a year to today, I met my future wife.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Guys, we're going to have to do the life of Jonathan Nicolas. Notice I said his name. Jonathan Nicolas. Because there is so much more behind him that you're not able to see because of the time that we have here on the segment. But this is a little taste. Before we leave, John, I want you to drop a little nugget of wisdom or a word of encouragement for those who could be watching this, whether it's 1 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the evening, 9 o'clock in the morning. Drop a nugget that you would like to share to those who's watching.
And I also don't want to take too much from anything that you wanted to ask me. Keep in mind, I know my story can be a bit overwhelming. Not most people, talk about their pain.
But that's the thing, though. It's the life is the part that's going to be more important. When we come to your living room, and you are sitting there, and you're reflecting, on where you've come from and where you're going.
Absolutely.
That's what makes it so powerful.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? And because John has a lot of wisdom. This guy is just, he has wisdom for years. But like he told me earlier, if we don't deposit, if we don't put out, then how can we receive more?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Share with them one nugget you want to drop.
If I could share one nugget of many I've acquired over, my young 34 years living on this earth, the one thing that I would, tell our viewers, your viewers, is that be the manifestation of process pain, right? Now, when I say the manifestation of process pain, you think to yourself, well, what is that? Well, think of pain like a sandwich, right? And you eat a sandwich, and there's certain nutrients in that sandwich that your body takes, and there's certain things that it excretes because there's no need for it, right? Now that's pain, right? Think of pain like that. Take pain, process what you don't need from that pain, excrete that, and keep what you do need, what you gain from that pain, and be the manifestation of processed pain. To put it into simpler terms, when I got abused by my mother growing up and some unfortunate events happened to me throughout my life, I had to learn how to go back in time in my mind and process that pain and utilize the lessons that was learned from that pain, give forgiveness to where it needed to go, and of course give all glory to God and allow that to propel me into my purpose. So once that pain no longer held dominion over me, I was free from those shackles. You know, I
like the way you said you took forgiveness and you let it go from that side. And that means there's a path of forgiveness you created in your world that helped you to understand forgiveness and that help you understand how to deal with forgiveness towards other people.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, people, if you understand that everything that happens to you that's going on in your life, it's intended to happen to you for that purpose, so that you can find a new evolution of yourself, so you can evolve into another form of yourself. And that's what pain does. That's what pain is, the only thing that can do that. You know, and then you take that pain and you learn it. You don't administer it to other people. You take that pain and now you give them perspective, right? Reach one, teach one.
I told a real good friend of mine, I said, without pressure, I need your pressure to cultivate my strength.
Amen.
If there is no pressure, then how do I find, or what is it going to take for me to cultivate my strength?
Right.
Your weakness builds my strength.
Amen.
And we all need that.
Amen.
Guys, follow him on social media. Let them know the outlets that they can get to you to hear your message. He's going to start putting up some amazing videos on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Where can they find you, John?
I'm on Instagram at Jon Nicolas MCA. That's JONNICOLAS. You can find me on my Facebook page, Jon Nicolas Motivational Comedian, or my website, JonNicolas-MCA.com. You can find me there. Follow me on my website. You can, book me for, I do one-on-one coaching, do live events. I'm partnered with I have the honor to be partnered with the great Les Brown. So if you're looking for someone that who can tell you about pain and someone that Les Brown himself taught me how to tell my story, because you do have greatness within you. That's how you can find me. And I'm also on Twitter. Jon Nicolas. I'm on Twitter as well.
And spell that for them, just in case.
Absolutely, that's going to be Jon.
Not John.
No.
Jon.
Yeah, Jon. And not Nicholas with an H. Nicholas like Nicolas Cage. JONNICOLAS. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Snapchat.
And guess what, y'all? Before we leave, he is Haitian /
Puerto Rican.
Yeah. You see Haïtien, oui?
Yeah.
Tout Haïtien, ça comme garder ça, sac passé.
Sac passé, man. I'm shooting là.
I was shocked by that. Sac passé, he is Haitian, Haitiano / Puerto Ricano. So, guys, listen, John, thank you for having you on the show today here at the International Christian Film Festival.
Yeah, love it.
Outside of this, we're going to do a live of Jonathan Nicolas,
man.
and we're going to get into the whole thing that you dealt with as far as the abuse, because I think on that level that we're going to have more time to do this documentary on your life.
The world needs it. There's a lot of pain out there, and we're coming for the healing, and honestly, people, we want to uplift you, all right? And it's time for you to stop walking this world like a zombie. It's time to wake up.
And guys, it's the Reflection Show. You never walk to the mirror scripted. You always walk to the mirror unscripted, where now you're able to get the unscripted stories here on the Reflection Show, In the Mirror. It's Ramsey Rizar. Thank you for watching the show today with Jon Nicolas. And guys, see you guys soon. And remember, your experience matters.
Absolutely.
home with no